starts now, because The View is live. We're firing up Friday with a day of hot topics. Stormy Daniels' lawyer, Michael Avenatti, is laying down the law as guest co-host. The very latest on his legal battle with President Trump. His war of words with Sean Hannity. And is he really thinking about running for president? Clash of the Kardashians. Will the vicious argument between Kim and Kourtney cause a family rift there's no coming back from? And Anna Navarro's back to guest co-host. Hot topics are on the table with Joy Behar, Sunny Hostin, and Meghan McCain. Now, let's get things started.
Happy Friday, everybody, and joining us today as guest co-host Anna Navarro and Anna is the attorney activist and the only person right here Donald Trump fears more than Robert Mueller. Please welcome Michael Avenatti. How do you say his name? Mueller, Mueller, or Miller?
Mueller.
Mueller, okay.
That's Saint Robert Mueller, to you.
Well, we're praying for him.
Rosaries and candles lit.
Yeah, I do think that that Trump is afraid of you and afraid of Mueller. And also, the other person who I think is afraid of you is Sean Hannity, because I heard that he will not have you on his show to debate. Why is that?
Because I think he talks a very good game, but when it really comes down to it, he doesn't want to have anybody on his show that'll challenge him. And, you know, I ran into Sean Hannity back in April, and he told me he was going to have me on his show. I've asked him to have me on his show to talk about the issues in the case, and he refuses to have me on his show. He's had Rudy Giuliani on the show and others. So, Sean, if you're watching, you know, let's go. Have me on your show. Let's talk about it.
Right? He's scared of you.
You know what I think? I think they should have a charity boxing match.
He would win.
Maybe raise money for the defense of the First Amendment.
That would be good.
I do wonder why he doesn't want to have you on the show.
He's scared.
You think so?
Yeah.
You
he
are
knows
smart.
That he's got the info.
Well, thank you.
You are smart.
No, look, I think it'd be a great show. I think the ratings would be good, and I think the American people would probably learn a lot about the case and the facts.
Well, listen, at this point, you know, Sean Hannity's program is basically state-sponsored media. We know Donald Trump watches it. We know he's got almost unfettered access to Donald Trump. And I don't think Donald Trump would like to see Michael Avenatti having that platform.
That's what
That's
I think.
the real truth of it,
I think
isn't
that's
it?
the real truth
That Trump
of it.
is behind this, and Sean's afraid of Trump and you.
But I've even said I'll come on the show with Rudy Giuliani, and we can talk about it with Rudy Giuliani. I think that'd be great.
That would be
Let's do it.
great
Oh, my
TV.
God. But
Or
it's
we-
kind of
or
not
we
a
could
fair
come on this
fight
show,
because
right?
you have all your marbles, you know, it's not fair. Giuliani's not making any sense lately at all. All right, let's talk about Ivanka. Ivanka Trump's daddy issues continue because she has a different take on the media than he does. Take a look.
Do you think that we're the enemy of the people?
Sorry?
Do you think the media is the enemy of the people?
No, I do not.
That's not a view that's shared in your family.
Whatever happened to fair press? Whatever happened to honest reporting? They are the fake, disgusting news.
Honest, the word honest, take it out of your mouth, Donald. The man who lies, like what? Is he up to like 7 times a day now? Has the
7 to 9 times
has
a day.
the bazoos to say that the press is dishonest. And he tweeted that the enemy of the people is actually the fake news then. He's talking about the fake news. Probably to cover his behind about his daughter, right?
Look,
Because the daughter basically said she thinks it's
I got to tell you, when Ivanka first came on the scene and we learned she was going to be a senior assistant to the president, that she was going to be part of the administration, I thought this is a great thing. She's going to soften up her father. Is going to be a good, positive influence on her father. But, you know, This act of I am vehemently against this and I am vehemently against that, but at the same time I stay in this complicit administration and I cash in and laugh all the way to the bank, getting patents in China and selling stuff here and selling stuff there. The act is getting a little old. Girl, if you are vehemently against family separation and it is so offensive to you, if you believe the press is not the enemy of the people, quit. You can't quit being his daughter, but you can certainly quit being part of the administration. But you can't have it both ways.
She won't. And the thing for me, after I saw that interview, you know, she says that the family separation issue was a low point for me as well. I felt very strongly about that, and I'm very vehemently against family separation. And then the clip we saw that says, you know, no, of course I don't believe that the media is the enemy of the people. It just shows me that she has zero influence on her father, and her position is to advise her father. So I agree with you. I mean, why is she there? She has zero influence.
And also, let's remember, it shouldn't be a was. You know, it's not family separation was a low point.
Yeah,
family separation is a low point.
Over
there are children
kids
still separated from their parents today. You represent some of them.
When you're talking about
you do represent some of those.
We represent over
families.
70 children and over 60 mothers throughout this debacle, which has no place on American soil or anywhere else in the world. And you know, I agree with you 100%, though. I mean, where has she been on these issues? She went around the country in 2016 and she convinced a lot of people that she was going to be a voice of reason during this administration, that she was going to stick up for kids and families and women, and she's been nowhere. She's been late each and every time, and she pays lip service to it. And if she really wants to make a difference, she should have been in the White House, in the Oval Office weeks ago, telling her father to end the policy immediately and reunite these kids, and that never happened. And I think that tells us everything we really need to know about what she thinks.
Why doesn't she do it, Megan?
Well, I have a few things to say. The first thing is, they don't come from a traditional political family, and in political families, normally, much like I always compare it to being in a mafia family, like, you do have influence over other people. My father has great influence over me. I wouldn't be on this show if he didn't have great influence over me. I think that I have influence over him as well, and that's some of the best parts about being in a political family. So I think part of it is that they come from business, and it's obviously very different. I'm not exactly sure what she's doing, because another thing is you stick to the narrative. The families stick together, and you put out one narrative, and now he's sort of doing a little bit of damage control. I will say, when you're talking about the media being the enemy, I don't agree with that terminology, because I use the word enemy for things like ISIS, for people that are trying to inflict harm on the United States of America. But I will say, when you're talking about media coverage and liberal media bias, it's something that's real and really exists. Pew Research said in 2012, Obama had 39% positive coverage compared to Romney's 3%. So I would rather have a conversation about why Republicans don't have the same kind of fair and balanced media coverage than Democrats do, than automatically jumping to terminology like enemy.
But Megan, the Republicans have a station that's dedicated to their propaganda.
No, that is not true.
CNN.
Perspective.
Listen, CNN tries to be very balanced. CNN has commentators on like me, and every time I'm on against somebody that is defending Trump. So, I mean, MSNBC, where you worked once, well, you might want to say
very long time ago.
Okay, but it's part of your history and something you should be. Well, you just came for CNN knowing I'm a CNNer.
I wasn't directed at you. I'm just, as usual. But this is our last show. I've really enjoyed this season. This is the last show since we go on break. I am not interested in sort of redoing arguments you and I have had, Anna. We vastly look at this differently. I do think I represent a lot of Republicans in the country who think CNN, and by the way, Jake Tapper is one of the best journalists in the country. It's not all that, but CNN does have a bias among Trump supporters and Republicans, thanks to the one lady who's clapping in the room.
But you agree that
Jake
Fox
Tapper
also
is a
has
hell of a journalist. Anderson Cooper is a hell of a journalist.
You know,
but Fox is popular because it's one network. I used to work there as well for many years.
Fox does have a bias. She admits that. I mean, Fox does have a bias.
And so MSNBC, where you work, does not have a bias?
I also worked at Fox News. I worked at both.
That one has a bias. We know that. We've established that.
Why are you relitigating my career right now? Now I'm on ABC.
I worked at CNN, which is my career.
Before we said we're talking about
where's the bell?
No, forget the
bell.
We don't need the bell.
And by the way,
I like the bell.
But before we were talking about how Ivanka should quit. What about Sarah Huckabee Sanders? Now, she just has a job. One is the girl is his daughter, as you just pointed out. Ivanka is his actual flesh and blood, you know? But the other one, what is she doing there? Because she is on television basically lying for him every single day.
And she was given the opportunity by Jim Acosta, who is a friend of mine, who I believe is a wonderful journalist, to say unequivocally that the media is not the enemy
And
of
she
the
wouldn't
people.
say it.
And rather than do that in
Right.
front of the press corps, she then listed these alleged grievances.
Do we have
which,
that tape by
and
any
there have
chance
been
ready?
fact checks, and those grievances are really skewed. I mean, she lied even listing the grievances. Why doesn't she quit?
She doesn't
Well, because
make
she's
that much money.
she-
I
she-
saw her
Yeah.
salary.
She's a mouthpiece for the president, and she doesn't make the statement that Jim asked her to make because she doesn't want to face the wrath of Donald Trump. There's a message that the administration wants to continue to deliver, and that is that you can't trust the news. And the reason why they want to deliver that message is because they are worried about the facts that are reported relating to what's gone on with Donald Trump and the administration, and they want to undercut that in the minds of the American
That's right.
people.
Also,
That's
you know,
what this
I
is
want
about.
to bring
That's
up
it.
something that, Jim Acosta is the son of a Cuban immigrant.
Yeah.
And it is in places like Cuba, it is in places like North Korea, it is in places like Venezuela where the free press is attacked.
100%.
Well, they're taking their cues from
and I
Trump
think that's
also
why
all over
he
the world.
takes it so
I think I think it means something
personally.
to him.
It
I
does.
do think it's part of why it's so personal.
Dictators do not want a free press because it is a direct threat to their ability to lead and their power base.
And also, he's in a sweat right now. He's tweeting all through the night. He gets on TV. That's disgusting. And he's really scared. Trump is scared.
Yeah.
Don't you think he's afraid of Mueller right now with good clothes again? I really do.
Yeah.
You don't think he's scared?
No, but I also just want to say one thing. I worked at MSNBC. I was a host on Fox.
Okay, we'll
There's
be
a big
right
difference.
back. We'll be right back.
Next, Michael Avenatti answers the questions America wants to know. What's the latest on Stormy Daniels' lawsuit? Could Michael Cohen's tapes bring down the president? And which Kardashian does he side with in their latest feud? View strong. It means standing up for what you believe.
We definitely have things to stand up against in this country right now.
It means women standing up together.
There's women who are standing up and saying, no, me too, and I'm going to watch out for my sisters on set.
It sets an example for any other abuser that their time is up. We're not done yet.
Oh, you know. It means telling it like it is.
Sorry to puncture your heroes, but sometimes these heroes need to be better. You are so brave. This is about how to be brave in the face of adversity.
View strong.
We will back you up. We will stand with you.
And we're only getting stronger. We're The View on ABC.
Jimmy's gotten used to his whole room smelling like sweaty odors. Yep, he's gone nose blind. He thinks it smells fine, but his mom smells this. Luckily for all your hard-to-wash fabrics, there's Febreze Fabric Refresher. Febreze doesn't just mask, it eliminates odors you've gone nose blind to. And try Febreze Unstoppables for fabric. With up to twice the fresh scent power, you'll want to try it again, and maybe just one more time. Indulge in irresistible freshness. Febreze Unstoppables. Breathe happy.
Introducing the new Hellmann's, made with the delicious goodness of avocado oil and sunflower oil. We care that you feel good about your food, and we care about a delicious taste you'll love, because at Hellmann's, we're on the side of food.
Play Candy Crush Soda and get a free surprise booster to help you blast through levels. Sweet. Candy Crush Soda. Play now.
Now, naturally defined brows that last. New Tattoo Brow Tint Pen from Maybelline, New York. Multi-pronged tip draws hair like strokes. For naturally defined brows up to 24 hours. Maybelline's new Tattoo Brow Tint Pen. Only from Maybelline, New York.
Do these moves look familiar? Then you might have a condition called dry mouth. Biotin is clinically proven to soothe and moisturize a dry mouth. Plus, it freshens breath. Biotin. Immediate and long-lasting dry mouth symptom relief.
For mild to moderate eczema, Eucrisa can be used almost everywhere, on almost everybody. Like the face of a 4-year-old, the arm of an artist, or the hands of a happy camper. Prescription Eucrisa is a nose-to-toes eczema ointment. It blocks overactive PDE4 enzymes within your skin.
And it's steroid-free.
Do not use if you are allergic to Eucrisa or its ingredients. Allergic reactions may occur at or near the application site. The most common side effect is application site pain. Ask your doctor about Eucrisa.
Around here, nobody ever does it. Really?
I didn't do it.
So when I heard they added Ultra Oxy to the cleaning power of Tide, it was just what we needed. So now we can undo all the tough stains nobody did.
Dad, I didn't do it.
It's gotta be Tide.
Want to kick up your style?
Shop Nike and Adidas for the whole family. And earn JCPenney bonus bucks. Spend $50, earn 10. Earn today, spend today. That's so bonus. JCPenney, style and value for all.
This is the face of Fearless, powered by Clairol Nice and Easy, the only hair color that helps protect against both allergy and damage. No other color can, with 100% gray coverage, so you can color fearlessly. Clairol Nice and Easy.
It was here. I couldn't catch my breath.
It was the last song of the night. Felt like my heart was skipping beats.
They said I had AFib.
What's AFib?
I knew that meant I was at a greater risk of stroke.
I needed answers
My doctor and I chose Xarelto.
to help keep me protected from a stroke.
Once daily Xarelto, a latest generation blood thinner, significantly lowers the risk of stroke in people with AFib not caused by a heart valve problem. Warfarin interferes with at least 6 of your body's natural blood clotting factors. Xarelto is selective, targeting just one critical factor. For AFib patients well managed on warfarin, there is limited information on how Xarelto compares in reducing the risk of stroke. Don't stop taking Xarelto without talking to your doctor, as this may increase your risk of stroke. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. Xarelto can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. It may increase your risk of bleeding if you take certain medicines. Get help right away for unexpected bleeding or unusual bruising. Do not take Xarelto if you have an artificial heart valve or abnormal bleeding. Before starting, tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures and any kidney or liver problems.
Learn all you can
to help protect yourself from a stroke.
Talk to your doctor about Xarelto.
Have you ever wished you could escape your life?
If I keep doing what I'm doing, I will be dead.
For these 12 ordinary people, their wish is about to come true.
I'm stranded on a deserted island, and I don't know who else is out there.
We all have our own problems in our life.
I'm starving for a human connection.
Hello!
Castaways premieres Tuesday on ABC.
Michael Avenatti. So, Michael, every day we hear a new story about Michael Cohen. He had the secret Trump recordings from Trump Tower. Remember that? He says that Trump knew about that meeting. So what's it going to take to get this guy to bring him down, do you think?
Well, I think Michael Cohen is in a very unique situation right now in that I think he's deciding what he's going to do. He hasn't decided whether he wants to come 100% clean or not. I think in some ways he's still waiting for the president to appear in this very dark forest and lead him out to salvation. And he's still hoping for a pardon, although that hope is diminishing. I think eventually he's going to get to a place where he's going to come 100% clean and tell people in the American public what he knows. This is a guy...
Some of those issues are New York-based, so Trump couldn't pardon him.
That's correct. If state prosecutors actually pursued potential charges in New York, which it's questionable as to whether they're going to do that, but if there's anyone that has leverage over this president, with the exception of Vladdy Putin, it's Michael Cohen. And I think ultimately the president is going to regret not keeping this guy in the tent, not keeping him close, because I think that Michael Cohen knows where a lot of bodies are buried.
Yeah, but Michael Cohen said that Trump knew about that meeting that Donald Jr. had, and Manafort was in that meeting. Is there anybody besides Cohen that could corroborate that information, that Donald did know that? I mean, just his word against his is not good enough, right?
Well, I think it may be good enough. I mean, let's be honest. I don't think either one of these two guys, Trump or Cohen, have the most credibility in the world. But I think between the two of them, Michael Cohen probably wins that credibility contest, although it's a close call.
You know, Michael, as much as I mean, for me, you know, I like frogs better than I like Donald Trump, and I hate frogs. But I'm really bothered by a lawyer recording his client. How do you feel about it?
Well, I think it's improper. There's no question about that. I mean, Michael Cohen should not have been recording his client, should not have been recording Chris Cuomo and lying to others.
But it wasn't illegal. It was unethical, perhaps. But was it illegal?
Well, it wasn't illegal here in New York because it's what's called a single consent state. As long as one party consents, you're fine. But, you know, in retrospect, I'm glad Michael Cohen did take those recordings of his communications with Donald Trump, and we may all be very fortunate because he did so. But he's got to do the right thing, and he's got to come clean. And if he's not interested in doing that, then let the chips fall where they may.
And Donald Trump waived the privilege. I mean, perhaps those tapes would have been privileged, and we wouldn't be talking about it. I don't know why Donald would waive the privilege, but he did.
And I think, again, we've demanded the release of the tapes, and I think everyone here and everyone that's watching the show, I mean, you deserve to know what happened in connection with this. You deserve to know what your leaders have done and whether they've covered up things and whether they've committed crimes. And it's just that simple. Everyone should be demanding the release of these tapes. They're of critical importance.
Michael, in May, when you came on here, you promised that Trump would resign over the Stormy Daniels payments. How's that looking right now?
Well, that's not exactly what I said. What I said was that I predicted that he would not serve out his term and that ultimately Michael Cohen would flip on the president. We've got 2 years left. We're going to see.
Well, what specifically about Stormy Daniels payments?
We're going to see what happens relating to the president, and I think ultimately we're going to find out that the president knew every bit about the $130,000 payment, arranged the reimbursement, and conspired with Michael Cohen to cover it up due to campaign finance disclosures, and I think that's what it's going to show.
Do you remember when you tweeted that picture of the DVD saying there's information on it? Do you have anything else you can tell me about this DVD?
As soon as we get it back from law enforcement, I'll be happy to talk about it.
Oh.
All right.
Oh. Okay, then. I have a question. Now, we've talked about the fact that Cohen made the recording that we've all heard of, but there are other recordings as well. But my understanding is that Donald Trump's voice is not on that recording, or on those recordings. Why do you think there's something damaging on those recordings?
Well, that's not accurate. The single recording that was released about a week or two ago is not the only recording with Donald Trump's voice. I can tell you that for a fact. There are other recordings, and this is another reason why we've demanded that all of the recordings be released so that people can listen to them, the press can go through them and report on them.
So how many more have Donald Trump's voice on?
A number of them. I don't have an exact count, but I know that there's certainly more than one.
Do they have anything to do with the DVD?
Do they have anything to do with the DVD? That's a really good question. You know, you're a good questioner.
As your attorney, you don't have to answer that.
Yeah, I'm going to take a pass on that.
You're going to take a pass on it?
I'm going to take a pass.
You are.
Thank you for the insistence.
So I've got, you know, so lately to me, you're like the Holy Spirit. You are all places at all times, right? I mean, I see you all over cable news. I see you, you know, there is a seat available if you want to be a co-host at The View. You might, you know, there's people here you can pitch. He'd make a great lady around the table. No, but, so, and I have the same issue with Giuliani. He's everywhere. And so I question myself when I see Giuliani, when I see you on TV so much. When do you have time to be lawyering, to be doing like real lawyering? Because you're representing, you know, migrants, you're representing.
But he has a bigger calling here. That being a lawyer is minimal compared to what he's doing.
The priesthood,
whatever. He's out there saving the
Look,
country.
You know what? I'm very fortunate in that I'm surrounded by a staff and other very qualified attorneys and people that support me and that are doing great work relating to our cases and the work that we've done. And look, we've published a lot of our filings in the case. People can look at the quality of the work that we've done from a legal basis. And this is a two-pronged fight. Let's be clear about this. This is a fight not only in a court of law, but also in the court of public opinion. And the amount of media attention that we have received and the amount of media appearances that I've made has actually benefited my client, Stormy Daniels, and others significantly because people have fed us information that we otherwise would not have. And whistleblowers have come forward. And that's proved to be very, very valuable, not just to my clients, but also to others because we're disclosing information.
Anyway, Trump is ubiquitous. Why can't he be on television all the time? We have to watch that guy every single minute.
He is the president of the United States.
He is?
Yeah.
Not mine. Not mine. Sorry.
Michael, a judge just denied Cohen's request to slap a gag order on you and to stop your media appearances, but he did call you out for, quote, your incessant commentary. You've done over 200 TV appearances. You're guest hosting here today. Do you think fame hurts your credibility at all?
No, actually, I think it adds to the credibility for the reason that I just mentioned, and I think it's resulted in a lot of positives relating to my clients and the cases. Because again, just last night, I mean, I got an email from somebody that has some information that may prove to be very, very valuable. And if we were not out there, if I was not out there, none of that would be happening. And look, we live in a different age now, and this is not your standard case. This is a case that has huge public attention on it for good reason. And we're going to continue to do what we've been doing because it works.
Can I say that I would normally agree with that, but when you go on late night shows with Anthony Scaramucci, for me, that diminishes what you're saying. Thanks to the one fan I have in here, by the way. I think if you're doing normal cable news hits, I would even say this show, but I think late night appearances with Anthony Scaramucci makes me think different.
Did you watch the appearance? Mm-hmm. Okay, well then if you watch the appearance, you know that we talked about some substantive issues.
He's not the type of person you should be on. He's a show pony, and that's fine.
We've had him on the show.
He was part of the Trump administration.
It's fine. I've heard you guys are
giving my
pitching,
view on The View.
I've heard you guys were pitching. I heard you and the Mooch. It's been widely reported that you and the Mooch were at one point shopping a joint hosting deal.
There's not going to be any show. We're not shopping any show. I mean, rule number one: never have a TV show with a guy whose first name is the.
As your attorney, I advise against a show with him.
Thank you.
Anna, you have another question or not? We don't have time. We'll be right back.
I have one.
I'm a fighter. Always have been. When I found out I had age-related macular degeneration, AMD, I wanted to fight back. My doctor and I came up with a plan. It includes PreserVision.
Only PreserVision AREDS 2 has the exact nutrient formula recommended by the National Eye Institute to help reduce the risk of progression of moderate to advanced AMD.
That's why I fight. Because it's my vision, PreserVision.
Also in a great-tasting chewable.
Any object, any surface. If you've got a life, you've got a Swiffer.
You know, when your mom and I first started dating, it was the easy...
Not helping. It just really hurts.
When someone breaks their heart, be soft.
Yeah, I know.
When that breaks yours, be strong.
You're lucky. Man, when I was your age, the only girl who would talk to me was Grandma.
Life takes softness and strength.
I had no game, son.
Which is why we make Angel Soft with a balance of both.
So, how's your endometriosis pain been?
Some days are better than others. Whoa! Tell him about the some days the pain is so bad I want to stay in bed.
Just during your period?
I guess. What about the stabbing pain last week? I wasn't on my period then.
Pain with sex?
Speak up. Actually, nothing's improved.
If you have endometriosis and still have pain, speak up. Ask your gynecologist today about a treatment plan that may be right for you. Learn more at speakendo.com.
You know, you paid too much for your glasses.
Fault.
Don't blame yourself. Just next time, go to America's Best, where 2 pairs and a free exam are just $69.95. You save on contacts there, too.
Huh. I can't believe I missed that.
Well, you can't spot them all. You think they sound like birds? I think they sound like birds. America's Best, celebrating 40 years of providing affordable eye care. Hoo! Hoo!
For some people, this is clean enough. But why settle for clean when it could be finished? When you want more than just clean, there's finished. New Finish Quantum's breakthrough 3-chamber technology combines to scrub, degrease, and shine your dishes. Switch to all new Finish Quantum, because it's not clean until it's finished.
What does help for heart failure look like? It looks like Emily, cooking dinner for 10. It looks like Jonathan on a date with his wife. Entresto is a heart failure medicine that helps your heart, so you can keep on doing what you love. In the largest heart failure study ever, Entresto was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. It helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure.
Yeah.
Entrust your heart to Entresto.
The beat goes on.
strong women are making news, having babies later in life. But what would you do if you saw this?
I would like to try and have a baby.
We're just too old.
What? Don't you think you're a little old for that? Are you okay?
So what would you do? Tonight on ABC.
I'm in love with two guys. He doesn't see it coming. I feel so terrible. I feel like such a monster. I can't breathe.
So we're back with Michael Avenatti, but before we left, Sonny, you had a very important question
I do
to
have
ask.
a question
and
that
so
I've
go
been
ahead.
wanting to ask. So Stormy Daniels, your client, was recently arrested for touching patrons while performing at an Ohio strip club. All the charges have been dropped, but local police denied that this was a setup. But now we're learning that one of the officers in the raid had been emailing about Stormy. I always thought this was some sort of sting up, some sort of setup. Tell me what you know.
So a few days after the arrest, I went to Columbus and I met actually with the police chief and lead prosecutors and others who promised me they're going to conduct a thorough investigation. I actually think they are going to conduct a thorough investigation. I got an update within the last 2 days, and I think there's going to be some serious consequences that are going to result from what happened in Columbus, Ohio, as they should, because in America, we should not be using the power of the badge to arrest our political enemies. They do that in Russia, but they don't do that in the United States of America.
So you think this was politically motivated?
I think at the end of the day, there'll be no question that it will be proven that it was politically motivated. The only question is, how far up the chain will it show that it came from? Were these just some rogue officers, or were others involved? I think this is going to be very interesting.
Well, on a lighter note, can you please tell Stormy that that has got to be the best mugshot in the history?
Oh, it was
That's
great.
a pretty shot. Oh my God, look at her.
She was all coiffed and fully made up.
I don't look like that after 2 hours of makeup and hair.
Okay, let's do another more fun topic, I think. Because it looks like things are taking a nasty turn on the upcoming season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Take a look.
Where's the meeting?
It was supposed to be at my house. Unless
Okay.
I do it at 7 in the morning.
Do it at 7 in the morning. Who are you meeting with? Be nice. You are annoying, Courtney. You're being annoying.
Why? Because Kim wants it around her schedule? Maybe if you had a business that you were passionate about, then you would know what it takes to run a business, but you don't. She's the least exciting to look at. That's not funny. What's natural to me is being a mother.
No, everybody calm down.
You're a very distraught, evil human being. I don't want to see you, okay?
You see,
Wow.
Megan, it's not just you and me, and they're flesh and blood.
But I mean, to say you're the least exciting to look at was really the low blow, I think.
That was cruel.
That was true. I mean, and it's on television. They didn't edit that out.
And it was also cruel, I thought, that their mother was sort of taking sides in it. You know, I'm an only child, so I don't have this sibling thing going on, but I do have 2 children, and you never choose one child over the other. I just thought it was terrible. It was ugly.
Michael, wait, we have to have Michael Avenatti weigh in on the Kardashians.
Yes.
On the Kardashians?
Yes.
Yes.
What do you think about sibling rivalry?
You know, I mean, I have 2 daughters, 15 and 13, and they fight from time to time, and things get heated. But to your point, I mean, I think as a parent, you always have to remain Switzerland,
Yeah.
you know, despite the fact that you may want to weigh in on at times. So, you know, I think things get heated, but beyond that, I don't think I'm qualified to talk about the Kardashians.
Well, I mean, it's
Remember, Chris is not only a mother, she's also a manager.
Yeah.
What do they call?
And
What do they
a-
call her? A momager? Momager.
But I never saw Kim Kardashian in that light before. I don't watch the show. Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Because she always seems very demure and, you know.
Is she usually mean like that?
No, they get in fights. She hit Chloe with her purse a lot of seasons ago. I think Kim hustles really hard and has 3 kids too. And I think if my sister didn't have a job and I were trying to schedule a photo shoot and she didn't show up, I'd be angry too. I have 6 brothers and sisters, and there's a lot of dynamics with 6 siblings. But ultimately, I would never talk to any of them the way that she was talking.
Well, to say you're the least interesting to look at.
Well, I mean, we know she's been spending a lot of time around the president lately. So, you know,
Yeah.
maybe it's rubbing
off.
Maybe it is.
Good observation.
Maybe we need to get Kim to ask for the family separation to end.
You know, I noticed that I'm getting a little meaner. Ask Brian. I'm a little mean to him this week, and I think it's is that right, Robin? Right, Brian. I am. I'm a little mean to him. I've been mean to him, and I think I'm mean because I cannot. I'm so angry all the time about this guy that it's rubbing off on me, and I'm going to work on that.
Yeah.
Okay. You are?
I am.
Are you doing what, slicing avocado?
No, there's that. I could always stab myself again. No, it's true. I mean, you have to be careful of that because my friends they're in panic attacks about what's going on in the country.
Yeah.
Today we hear that he wants to eliminate emissions of cars so that the pollution can go back. I used to fly into Burbank Airport and it was all brown. Brown. Okay, it's not brown anymore. Now he wants it to be brown again. This guy's a pain in the neck. And he's killing us.
Believe me, if there's one thing he doesn't want, it's for America to be brown again.
That's right, 100%.
Every day it's some new nightmare. Every day it's a new nightmare. Children at the border. How anybody can support this guy when he puts in a policy like that is beyond me. Trump supporters, look in the mirror. We'll be right back.
Dear OxyClean, I live on a farm with my hardworking husband, 2 active kids, lots of horses, and 2 dogs, which means I always have a pile of dirty laundry, sweaty, stinky laundry. So when I discovered OxyClean with odor blasters, I was excited to give it a try. I just add a scoop to my laundry, and guess what? There was no odor. It was gone. Thanks, OxyClean, for making life a lot less smelly.
OxyClean with odor blasters eliminates tough odors.
Macy's Star Rewards program is now for everyone. Enjoy Star Money Days, perks and offers, and a birthday surprise no matter how you pay. Star Rewards. Bigger, better, and now for everyone. Sign up in-store or online.
Enhance your moments. San Pellegrino, tastefully Italian.
I thought I married an Italian.
My lineage was the Vecchios and Zuccolis. Through ancestry to the DNA, I found out that I was only 16% Italian.
He was 34% Eastern European. So I went on to Ancestry. Soon learned that one of our ancestors we thought was Italian was Eastern European.
This is my ancestor I didn't know about. He looks a little bit like me, yes.
Ancestry has many paths to discovering your story. Get started for free at Ancestry.com.
Let's get you cleaned up before Mom gets home. That'll work.
Dentistix cleans, so you can get closer.
My mom washes the dishes before she puts them in the dishwasher. So what does the dishwasher do?
Cascade Platinum does the work for you. Pre-washing and removing stuck-on foods the first time.
Wow, that's clean.
Cascade Platinum.
I work hard to protect this tuchus. To take care of any messy situations. And put irritation in its place. And if I can get comfortable keeping this tuchus safe and protected, you can get comfortable doing the same with yours. Preparation H. Get comfortable with it.
Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries helps make your living room almost too comfortable. It's our anniversary sale. Come in to save on great-looking furniture options for your entire home. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
Being healthy means having healthy blood. That also makes you a better candidate to donate blood. First, include heart-healthy foods in your diet. Foods high in iron, like dark leafy greens, will help carry oxygen through your whole body. Keep moving to keep pumping. Exercise boosts good cholesterol and helps decrease the bad. And drink water. Blood's about 82% water. Staying hydrated helps your body work more efficiently.
Watch the Health Watch 16 report with Julie Sedoni. Weeknights at 5 on WNAP.
End of summer blowout at American Freight. Why buy online when you can try it before you buy it and take it home today with low, easy payments and 101 days, same as cash. Simmons Beauty Sleep and Nordic Rest Memory Foam mattress sets, your choice, from only $149 each piece. Sofas from only $198. Three-piece bedrooms from only $198. Over 16 reclining sets from only $333 each piece. Ends August 31st. Located at 1790 North Kaiser Avenue.
Hi, I'm Congressman Matt Cartwright. You may know me and my family, but you don't know John Schrin. He's a Wall Street banker who lives in New Jersey. Doesn't understand how people in our area struggle to make ends meet, especially our senior citizens. How do I know? Because he talks about cutting the cost of living increases for Social Security benefits. I'm Matt Cartwright, and I approve this message because I know how much people need every penny of their Social Security, and I work for you.
Welcome back. Okay, so this has been a rather trying day for me. So let's get some sex topics in here. So a survey posted in Psychology Today wanted to find out why people fantasize about sex. And the answers range from, sexual arousal, and to meeting unfulfilled needs and being bored with the person you're with.
Oh.
So, Michael, do you have these fantasies or what?
Well, to be clear, unlike Ted Cruz and Tucker Carlson, I actually believe in sex.
They don't. Yeah.
So, of course I have sexual fantasies, but
He has
all
5
of my
kids. He definitely believes in sex.
But-
Tucker
but-
Carlson has a bunch of children.
But
I don't know what that
but
means.
all of my sexual fantasies involve handcuffs.
So wait. Are you the one putting on the handcuffs, or are you handcuffed?
No, to be clear, I'm always putting on the handcuffs.
I think I would like to put the handcuffs on Donald Trump.
Listen, let me tell you. I just started this keto diet. All my fantasies revolve around carbs.
It's like some people need it because the relationship's getting,
Well, that's what was
tedious.
weird. It said that 11.8% of the participants said that they fantasize to compensate for an undesirable partner. So that means during sex, they're thinking about someone else.
Don't you know that joke? There's a joke out there. 2 people are in bed. They've been together a long time. They start fooling around, a little kissing, and then they stop and go to turn over. And the husband says, "What's the matter? Couldn't you think of anybody either?"
I've never heard of that.
Come on, Megan, laugh it up. It's funny.
A special version of my hell is being on this panel talking about sex, as we know from all season. Talk about my sex life on TV. You told me I wouldn't make it on the show. Now talking about sex, somehow I made it work.
I know. I did tell her that. I said, you have to talk about sex on
But listen,
the
remember the 50 Shades of Grey? I mean, 3 books. They sold millions and millions and millions.
were
They
good
turned them
books.
into movies. They turned them into a musical.
Yes, you read them.
I read every single page.
Oh, everywhere you went, there were women,
I will tell you though, I went on vacation with those books and I took the cover off because I didn't want anybody to see that I was reading it. I was like,
And I will also tell you, I had friends who are men who tried to read the book, and they were like, "Oh, there's just way too much words in this. Too many words, way too many words.
Not enough pictures, too many words."
So the reality of sex can be too much for some people, because a blog on BBC News was written by a guy who says that he was so obsessed with his partner's past boyfriends that the relationship fell apart. So that's an interesting idea, that you're so possessed that they might have had sex with other people that you can't focus on the one you're with. You have this issue too, Michael?
Well, I mean,
it's nice having a guy on the panel.
oh, it's wonderful. It's beautiful. My view is, I have a fairly progressive view in that when you meet someone, especially if it's later in life, I mean, they're going to have a history. Everybody has a history, and you meet them, they come to you as they are. So you can't really be jealous about stuff that happened before you got in the picture.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Yes.
That's you, son.
You can't hold that against them. I mean, that's their life. They came to you in a certain way.
But sometimes people make these weird choices before you.
I know what choice you're talking about.
Right?
I do know what choice that Manny made.
They make
No
weird
offense.
choices.
What's not the right choice?
And how do
Maybe
you
if
know about it?
Because we go to drinks, because we hang out and drink and talk about our men.
Thank you,
offline,
Megan.
And
Yes,
me and
we
Sunny.
do.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Okay, so
Yes, we do.
Megan will talk about sex when she's had a few drinks.
With Sunny privately, offline, off the record,
But
which
not
is
on
the rule of our
TV.
lunch. No, and this topic, I'm not threatened by anyone.
Yeah.
Let it go. Honestly. Like, if they're not with them, it's because it was somebody else.
She gives good advice also.
Thank you. And I really
Gives
like
good
her
advice.
husband, which is helpful. He's a wonderful doctor.
I got to tell you, this jealousy thing, and Look, it's one thing if, like, you know, look, if the former partner lives across the country or in a different country, but I mean, like, if they live in this, you know, they're still seeing each other, that's kind of, I think, where you have to draw the line.
Well, that's
so I'm, you know, and I don't think there's statute of limitations on jealousy, but I think, don't you think that and
it
that
may be a Latin thing.
Yeah, and you know what's going to happen?
I
At
just
least
see
Latin
fire.
women are going to write us and say that we're
just
being
see fire.
stereotypical.
Well,
you're lying.
Yeah.
If you're pretending it's not a Latin thing.
When I think about my husband with someone else, or I see an ex, I just see fire. I see nothing else. I get angry.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Sonny cools down. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Have some water.
Get your daily dose of girl power.
I dream big, and when you dream big, you have to be fearless in your dream.
That's right. Talking about sisterhood, the importance of women supporting other women, which is something you guys get. Thank you for being such an inspiration to me.
That's right. We're serving up you strong all day long.
Oh, yeah.
We're The View on ABC.
Sometimes, bipolar 1 disorder can make you feel unstoppable. But mania, such as unusual changes in your mood, activity, or energy levels, can leave you on shaky ground. Help take control by talking to your doctor. Ask about Vraylar. Vraylar is approved for the acute treatment of manic or mixed episodes of bipolar 1 disorder in adults. Clinical studies showed that Vraylar reduced overall manic symptoms. Vraylar should not be used in elderly patients with dementia due to increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements, which may be permanent. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. High cholesterol and weight gain, high blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, decreased white blood cells, which can be fatal, dizziness upon standing, falls, seizures, impaired judgment, heat sensitivity, and trouble swallowing may occur. You're more than just your bipolar 1. Ask about Vraylar.
What makes a home? It's not 4 walls and an address. It's you. And all the things inside you weave together. Things that tell a story no one else could tell. Because you're not cookie cutter. Not just one thing. Home is a tiny slice of earth that's all your own. So fill it with the things that make it say, "This is me." Pier 1.
Breyer's Natural Vanilla, milk and fresh cream, and only sustainably farmed vanilla.
It's made with fresh cream, sugar, and milk.
Breyer's, the good vanilla. We proudly partner with American farmers for grade A milk and cream.
Happy anniversary dinner, darling. Can this much love be cleaned by a little bit of Dawn Ultra? Oh, yeah. 1 bottle has the grease cleaning power of 3 bottles of this other liquid. A drop of Dawn and grease is gone.
Ocean Spray Cranberry Juice Cocktail tastes real good, and it's packed with powerful cranberry nutrients that can help your body defend against certain infections.
I'll be your body on cranberry juice. Bring it on, bad stuff. Still healthy.
We're ready for you.
L-Vive Protein Recharge Leave-In Conditioner. In just one use, L-Vive revives damaged hair.
Not quite that, but it'll feel like it. York, get the sensation.
Allergies with sinus congestion and pressure? You won't find relief here. Go to the pharmacy counter for powerful Claritin D. While the leading allergy spray relieves 6 symptoms, Claritin D relieves 8, including sinus congestion and pressure. Claritin D relieves more.
Oscar Mayer Deli Fresh Ham has no added nitrates, nitrites, or artificial preservatives. Now, Deli Fresh flavor is for everyone, like those who like sweet, those who prefer heat, and those who just love meat. For those in school, out of school, and old school. Those who like their sandwich with pop, and those who like it with soda. For the star of the scene, and the guys behind it. Oscar Mayer Deli Fresh, a fresh way to deli.
Sweet.
Growing up with 8 brothers under one roof could be a test of endurance.
Make room for you, brother.
Hey, I wasn't done with my pork chop. Eat it over the sink.
If you could make it through the day without getting shut down,
Mommy, my lungs hurt. I have asthma.
No, you don't. We can't afford asthma.
chewed out,
Get a haircut!
or thrown through a window, you felt like you could do anything.
I'm auditioning for a very prestigious children's theater in Hollywood.
No, we did not have the wherewithal in this family for any of you kids to be special. Thank goodness you mostly turned out uninteresting, like Frank here.
The Kids Are All Right. Tuesdays this fall on ABC.
Are you ready?
Where the hottest country stars perform their newest hits. CMA Fest. Wednesday, 8/7 Central on ABC.
Okay, welcome back. And since it's the end of the season, we're going to keep the sex talk going. And since we have Michael here to embarrass, and also Megan, we're going to just keep it going. Maybe someone can get Megan a margarita.
Yeah, bourbon.
Yeah.
That's right.
I have
Sunny
some in
knows.
my dressing room.
Thank you.
So this is a survey by a cheating website called Ashley Madison, which is like everybody who's on that website is cheating. You get that? Okay? And they found out that women
Is
actually...
Trump on that site?
No, he would no.
Oh, okay.
His
That's a
lawyer
good
is on
question.
it. No, he wouldn't. He's too slick for that. Anyway, it says that women actually enjoy having an affair more than men do. Does that make sense to you?
It does?
I don't know.
Makes sense to them.
Wow. What do you think? Why is that? Because, but first of all, my
just-
impression of women having adulterous relationships, not that I know anything about it, is that it's about romance.
Okay.
It's about romance. And so when you meet somebody new, even though you're bored with the last one, the new one gets you going again.
Yeah.
And ladies, I think it's like that. See, whereas the guys, I'm not sure what they're into there, except to just continue what they usually do, which is like, you know,
But
bang
the
a rape.
problem is, I think, with a woman having an affair, I think women are more forgiving. So if your man is having an affair and you find out about it, I think women are more apt to forgive. But I think if a man finds out, and convince me otherwise, Michael, that his wife or partner is having an affair, that's something a man can't get over.
Is that true?
Well, I mean,
I don't think they can get over it.
I think it depends on the situation. I think it depends on, you know, if they're both having affairs or exactly what has happened. I think a lot of it depends on the man. I mean, if you're with somebody that, you know, is a macho guy or somebody that believes that he owns the woman that he's with, which is not appropriate. But if he believes that and then she goes out and cheats on him, yeah, I would agree with you. But, you know, I wonder about this survey. Anytime I hear about one of these surveys, who's really being honest when they're answering the surveys? I mean, it could be that women are just more honest in response to these questions than men, frankly.
Maybe.
I think that may be what it is. I think women are more forthcoming about their true feelings.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, on your point, there's a societal taboo, right?
Yeah.
Women, it's okay for women to stay in a marriage after an affair. It's a lot harder, I think. Society is a lot harder and a lot more judgmental on a man who wants to stay in the relationship.
So you're taking a real risk, I think, as a woman. You have an affair.
Society
you're
is harder on the man?
giving up your
a
relationship.
man who stays.
Who stays?
Let me
when
ask you
his
this.
wife leaves,
Is there a word in English for a man who's been cheated on?
A cuckold.
Is there a word for a woman?
Putan.
See the difference?
Yeah. What's the difference? They both imply the same thing.
There is no word in English for, I mean, it's just, you know,
It's
a wife.
adulteress. That's what the words are.
There is no cuckold for women.
Yeah, okay.
Where there is this, you know, this what I think is like an offensive, demeaning word for a man who stays.
Oh.
Yeah. Who stays?
Oh, God. I have to end on that note.
Oh, God, let's go back to the Kardashians.
Big and awesome. But this guy is little. Can it really clean? Heck yeah, it can. It's concentrated detergent plus stain fighters plus odor fighters that fight for clean. Boom! Ugh. Even this entire bottle can't beat Tide Pods. And now a word from future Gronk. Ugh. Tide Pods. If it's clean, it's got to be Tide.
Occasional bladder leakage or urgency.
I've had it. I've had it.
Had it with bladder issues? Only Azo Bladder Control does what liners and pads can't. It supports bladder muscle strength to help reduce leakage and urgency.
At McCormick, we're obsessed with flavor. It's why we partner with sustainable farmers to find the finest herbs and spices and blend perfectly balanced seasoning mixes. But You don't need to know all that. You just need your food to taste great, which we promise it will.
This is the face of Fearless, powered by Clairol Nice and Easy, the only hair color that helps protect against both allergy and damage. No other color can, with 100% gray coverage, so you can color fearlessly. Clairol Nice and Easy.
With Advil, you'll ask, what's sore back? What bum knee? Advil is relief that's fast, strength that lasts. You'll ask,
what pain?
with Advil.
We're in a small room. What?
Welcome.
A bigger room?
How many of you use car insurance?
Oh.
Well, what if I showed you this?
Ho, ho, ho!
Wow.
It's a computer.
We compare rates to help you get the price and coverage that's right for you.
That's amazing. The only thing that would make this better is if my mom were here. What an unexpected ending!
Are you taking the tissue test? Yep. And my teeth are yellow. Time for white strips.
Crest Glamorous White Strips are the only ADA-accepted whitening strips proven to be safe and effective, and they whiten 25 times better than a leading whitening toothpaste. Crest, healthy, beautiful smiles for life.
Want jeans for the whole fam? Hurry in for up to 60% off clothing for the family and earn JCPenney bonus bucks. Spend $50, earn 10. Earn today, spend today. That's so bonus. JCPenney, style and value for all.
Metastatic breast cancer is relentless, but I'm relentless too.
NBC doesn't take a day off, and neither will I.
And I treat my MBC with new everyday Verzenio, the only one of its kind that can be taken every day.
In fact, Verzenio is a CDK4 and 6 inhibitor for postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC, approved with hormonal therapy as an everyday treatment for a relentless disease. Verzenio plus an AI is proven to help women have significantly more time without disease progression, and more than half of women saw their tumors shrink versus an AI. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, and may cause dehydration or infection. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Serious liver problems can occur. Symptoms may include tiredness, loss of appetite, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising more easily than normal. Blood clots that can lead to death have also occurred. Talk to your doctor right away if you notice pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, or rapid breathing or heart rate. Tell your doctor if you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or plan to become pregnant. Common side effects include nausea, infections, low red and white blood cells and platelets, decreased appetite, headache, abdominal pain, tiredness, vomiting, and hair thinning or loss.
I'm relentless, and my doctor and I choose to treat my MBC with Verzenio.
Be relentless. Ask your doctor about everyday Verzenio.
The new third hour of GMA starts September 10th on ABC.
Since we have a few seconds left and we have you here, I must ask you the $64,000 question. Are you going to run for president?
You're going to Iowa, right? You're going to Iowa.
I'm going to be in Ohio next week and Iowa, and here's what I'll say. A lot of people have approached me and suggested that I run for president, and here's what I know. 2020 is going to prove to be a critical election in our nation's history. There's a lot at stake in this election, perhaps more so than certainly at any other point in time in the last 50 or 60 years. The Democrats have to nominate somebody that can actually beat Donald Trump. That is the number one thing.
We're running out of time. Yes or no? We don't know.
No, here's what I'm going to say.
He's looking into it.
Here's what I'm going to say. The
If you need an attorney general, let me know.
How about